Well, good afternoon, good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rush Dead Dixon Vixen's Kitchen. And although this is my second day of baking, so yesterday the apple spice cake was a hit. So now today we are going to make a very simple ingredient because I spent most of the afternoon reorganizing my shelves and all that. So tonight we are going to make a lot of people would love it. It's called Peanut Butter Blossoms. It's a great treat for Christmas, and where can you go wrong? So let's start. So what I have here is 1 cup of white sugar and a cup of brown sugar packed. So I add these into the bowl. Okay, and then we add in 1 cup of smooth peanut butter and 1 cup of margarine. It says it calls for butter, but for cookies, I prefer margarine. But if there's a special ingredient that it says use butter only, then I'll use it. Like shortbread, you need butter, and although butter is very pricey, but you can you can always have enough. You can always have plenty of butter. That's what in the movie Julie and Julia. You can always have plenty of butter. Like it was the movie with Meryl Streep playing Julia Child. She really nailed it on that one. The movie was excellent, and and Amy Adams, who played Julie, who wrote the book and who did the whole cookbook of the Guide to French Cooking by Julia Child for like over a year. And I use a store-bought peanut butter because it's so easy, but I save my natural peanut butters for say use it for like toast on peanut butter or celery on peanut butter and apples, which is really, really good, better for you. Okay, now we're going to add in 2 eggs. And make sure you have that extra bowl because you don't want any bad eggs. Okay. That's a good egg. And one more. Oops. Oh, she'll just drop to the floor. No worries, but I'll pick it up. Thank goodness it's not in the egg. Okay. Okay. And here we go. Yeah, let me just rinse my hands off a bit. But before you do anything, you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees and then line your cookie sheets with parchment paper. Or you can use a flat silicone, uh, flat silicone sheet. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beat my butter, sugar, and eggs together. So that'll do good for now. Now we want to add in our dry ingredients. So what I have here is 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I'll just put it in the bowl. And this is about a 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. I doubled it. 2 3/4 tablespoons of teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and tablespoon and a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, let's get it all in there. Okay, everything's in there. Okay, I'll put these away, and then we're going to combine our ingredients together. Okay, and now we're going to mix it on a low speed. So we don't get any flour on there. I should invest myself in a scanning mixer. Okay, now these look really, really good. Okay, now we're going to get the remaining batter off our heaters. Okay. All right, let me wash up a bit, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay. Okay. All right, then I'll just put that away for a second. Okay, so I scrape the dough, our cookie dough here, and that'll be enough. And now I'll get the next step. Okay. Okay, then the next step, what we're gonna do. Okay, next step. All right, we get our cookie sheet. And what we have here is some additional white sugar. And what we do next is take, like, the best thing to use is a cookie scoop, so you can get even amounts of cookies. So, which is the best way to go. Make sure it's all even out. And we're rolling it into balls. And we're going to dip it in some granulated sugar. And you keep going until you have plenty. Something I want to try for like sometime early next year is candy making. I saw on the Pioneer Woman show that she made this incredible candy called a Jewel Definity. And all it is just sugars, like it's like a nougat, taffy, something like marshmallow or something like that. But the thing is that you need a candy thermometer. And I don't like the best place to buy one is like best to get a good one at the Bulk Barn or Canadian Tire or anything, but never go to the dollar store to buy a candy thermometer because they can be really cheap material. Because or you can go on Amazon to get buy a candy thermometer. Okay, roll them up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, make sure you want to make sure it's all even. So I can't believe it's the week before Christmas. So not this week, but next week it's Christmas. So that's my goal is to bake something once a day, so I don't have to get overwhelmed with stuff. Yeah, Christmas is the best time for baking for me because I just love Christmas baking. Like I remember my grandma McGrath and my grandma West. They did a lot of Christmas baking, and my grandma West was God bless her soul. God bless her soul. God rest her soul. She was a marvelous baker. She makes the best apple pie in the world, and it is so good. It is like the best thing to do. And for applesauce, she makes great applesauce. Oh man, she made she was an awesome cook. So was my other grandmother. But she makes the greatest meals of all. Like, and she loved to host parties while living on Highview Drive. So, like, they had it was a big house, and they owned a trucking company, and my yeah, and but their place was humongous. Like, I'll tell you everything because these cookies are almost ready to go in the oven. Okay, let me wash my hands here. Okay, then next up, what we're gonna do, don't mind me here, is we're gonna put it in the oven, in a preheated oven, put these babies in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, into the oven they go. And we'll set our timer for 10 minutes. Okay. And when I come back, I'm going to show you the next step to make our peanut butter blossoms. Don't go away. Okay, now we're back. Now the next step, now that the cookies are out of the oven, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add in you put in one Hershey Kiss, some Hershey Kisses, or you can use a Rolo, you can use like a caramel, or you can do anything you want. And all we do is just stick the Hershey Kiss, in the middle of the cookie as soon as it comes out of the oven. Okay, to tell you the story about my family on Highview Drive, they had a beautiful house. They had like a kitchen. They had a lovely kitchen. They downstairs they had a dining room next to the kitchen, and they had a nice long hallway, and they also had a lovely living room, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 3 bathrooms, and they had a basement downstairs where everybody parties. Like there was a pool table there, a ping pong table. They had like a big, huge bar. They had a pantry. They had like a piano. They had a fireplace, and they had like a TV, games, Barbie dolls, everything. So usually when Christmas comes, they usually have the Christmas tree downstairs, and so we had a lot of great memories in our home on Highview Drive. So it was an amazing house, but eventually they sold it back in 1980, 81, and since that, all the kids moved out of the house, so they decided they downsized it, and my grandfather retired, and they downsized it to a condominium, to a penthouse, like close to where I live, which was awesome. So, and it was a really nice place. But the thing about Hopi Avenue, the backyard was big. There was like a hiking forest. You can go downstairs to go into the garage, and everything it was so, and it was like in a quiet area, which is really, really nice. So, but the thing about I didn't like about Highview Drive is they did not have a swimming pool. But eventually the penthouse, they had an outdoor swimming pool. So I was happy with that. So anyway, I'm gonna let these cookies cool, and when I come back, I'm gonna give you a taste. We'll do a taster time. Okay, now it's time for our taster test. I got myself a nice tall glass of apple cider, which I love apple cider. And now I'm gonna try one of my famous cookies. See how it turns out? Yep, those are called peanut butter blossoms. So I'm gonna have a nice taste. Yum. They're really, really good. They're awesome when they're warm. And now for storing them. Let me have a sip of my cider. Delicious. For storing them, you can put them in Christmas cookie tins, or put them in like containers, like storage containers, and put them somewhere. Like what I like to do is I like to vacuum seal them so they can maintain their freshness, because I did that last year, and the cookies were a hit. Okay, so that's it for me for tonight. And if you have any questions, I am Rush Dead Dixon Vixen. You can either subscribe to my channel, you can comment on my channel, or you can give me a thumbs up. But please be respectful. Okay, well, that's it for me tonight. So thank you for joining me for this lovely, delicious treat. I'm going to finish this cookie bee, and I'm then going to store the rest before I eat them all, and I will feel very, very guilty in the morning. So good night, God bless, and bon appetit.